Hello everyone, my name is Raven Dixon, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to the launch of YWCA York's new talk segment, Let's Talk. This project aims to create a series of monthly videos featuring members of YWCA York to discuss relevant and important topics to help raise awareness and engage our local community. I'm personally thrilled and excited for the potential impact of this project, and I encourage you all to partake and join us on these impactful conversations. With that being said, let's talk. Hello everyone. For today's episode of Let's Talk, we're going to be talking about YWCA York's upcoming event, Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, as well as discussing sexual assault awareness. Today we are here with
Paula Copeland
and
Jacardi Chimbantis.
And how are you related to YWCA York?
I am the Chief Services Officer at the YWCA York. I oversee the victim services, which would be shelter, legal, clean, as well as community education.
Okay. And I am the counseling director, so I oversee the counseling department, typically called the Victim Assistance Center.
Okay. So let's talk Walk a Mile. What is Walk a Mile?
Walk a Mile is a lighthearted community fundraiser about a serious issue. People of all ages and genders and from all walks of life join together to raise funds and awareness for sexual assault. Funds raised through this provide services for Jacardi's unit, the Victim Service Assistance Center, and is dedicated to ending gender-based violence for all individuals. So this walk raises that awareness and hopefully raises funds as well.
What is the date and time for this event?
The date and time is going to be Friday, September 6, 2024. We start at 6 o'clock in downtown York. It's the first Friday. We are back in downtown York after a couple years absence. Should make for a pretty festive evening.
So how does the event engage men in the conversation about ending sexualized violence towards women and femme-presenting folks?
There's an old saying that says you can't understand another person's experience until you walk a mile in their shoes. So to get people listening and learning and talking, Walk a Mile in Their Shoes organizes this event. And we literally have men walking around in high heel shoes for a mile. With this, we hope that they experience a lot of education, a lot of self-reflection, and that some change may happen, that they may be more inclined with this visual statement that's in the public, be more inclined to listen, to learn, to form allyships with others, and get the community talking about sex and gender-based violence and what we can do about it.
And so with this partnership with it being with YWCA York, what services do you offer sexual assault victims?
So we have the 24-hour hotline that is available to anyone, any victim of sexual violence who need help, who need support, that they can call at any time of day or night. We also offer individual counseling, group counseling, crisis counseling, as well as legal services and shelter.
And how can someone access your sexual assault victim services?
The first thing would be by calling the hotline. It is 717-854-3131. That's the first step, is by calling the hotline. A trained advocate will answer the call, talk to you, ask what are your needs, and we will try our best to meet your needs. So we also provide individual counseling, group counseling, as well as the other services that I've mentioned, legal services, to the significant others of the person who has experienced a sexual violence. And when I say significant other, it can be a partner, it can be a family member, it can be a child, it can be a friend. So if you have experienced sexual violence and you have someone in your life who's affected by it as well, please have them call our hotline, and services are available to them as well.
And can individuals access your services regardless of whether they have reported the assault to the police?
Whether you have reported it or not, you can access our services. So you don't need to have reported it to call and access counseling or any of the other services that I've mentioned.
I would like to explain what sexualized violence is for anyone that may not understand. And it's any act of physical or psychological violence that's targeted sexuality or gender-based. It really is a deadly virus, and it is really lurking in every day and everything that we do. It's in our culture, it's in our attitudes, it's in our practices, and when it's hidden, it becomes immune to prevention and treatment. So when we do this, we want to raise awareness. We want people to be aware of what actually is sexual violence. And anyone can be a fall victim of sexualized violence. It could be somebody presenting as a female or a femme, or it could be a male body or a male presenting person. So just want to really clarify that sexual violence is not always in a form of a physical assault. It can be an emotional, it can be different types of assault. And anybody can fall prey to it. And then a lot of times, a lot of our practices in a male-dominated society, the patriarchal society, that begins in ways and attitudes of, this is what men do, men don't do this. And we're trying to erase those attitudes by having men wear the high-heel shoes, by having men saying this is not a gender-based activity. So it's not just walking in their shoes showing that empathy. And we don't stop with empathy, but we have to start with empathy. Mm-hmm. So this is one of the things that when we raise awareness, we want you to be empathetic. Now, this is really just a literal sense of walking in uncomfortable shoes, but just being recognizing that there are uncomfortable situations that sometimes women or people presenting are put in this male-dominated society. Empathy emancipates, because it is in that empathy that we're allowing freedom of expression. So I really just thought that phrase really termed what we're doing here.
Thank you. I wanted to talk about how there's a lot of backlash in the media,
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now where it's almost like we're shaming or we're making light of gender expression. Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on where people are in this saying, well, walking out in their shoes, we're making fun of people that express themselves as female. And really, it's just totally the opposite of that. We just want to make people aware that anyone should be able to feel comfortable in whatever choices they make. And so as a man, expressing that idea that if I decide to put on high-heel shoes, I have a right to put on high-heel shoes. And I'm going to show them that I am in solidarity with them by doing this.
So how do you ensure confidentiality and privacy for individuals seeking your services?
So the first thing is that our location is confidential, as well as from the first point of contact, we explain that our services are private, they're confidential. We are not going to talk about someone's needs to anyone without their permission. So that is something that we take very seriously. We have training for that. We ensure that anyone who will be providing services to a victim or a survivor has gone to that training. Without completing that training, they will not be able to assist or provide services to a victim or a survivor who's called us. So that is how we ensure confidentiality. So our services are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in case of an emergency, right? So I failed to mention about our hospital accompaniment. We do provide that to any victim or survivor of sexual violence. They can also call the hotline, which the number is 717-854-3131. So I wanted to make sure that was highlighted, that if you have a need to go to the hospital, we will be available to support you, to accompany you, and I wanted to make sure that everyone knows that.
And I wanted to make sure that everyone knows that they're welcome to participate in the Walk a Mile this year. And we have many opportunities for a person or an organization to participate. They can be a sponsor, they can be a participant, you can just offer a donation, an individual donation, a team donation. You can create a team and come and walk. We also have volunteer opportunities, but we are still open and receiving all types of sponsorships as well as partnerships. So there will be a QR code available, and with that QR code, I'm going on our website under events, and you can find out how to come and join us on September the 6th.
So how can the community support or get involved with your sexual assault victim services to help promote that?
The one way that they can get involved is by donation. And whether monetary or material donation, that will be the one thing that will be of help to us. And participate.
Thank you. Do you have any final words regarding today's topic?
if you need help, if you need support, if you're feeling that something's happened, you're feeling alone, please call the hotline, please call us. That is what we're here for. We're trained to provide services, to help, to listen, and please call us. Don't hesitate to do that.
I would just like to say, just thank you, and thank you for the opportunity for us to share a little bit about our program and what we do. We are proud of the services that we offer, and we want to continue to expand. Expanding takes exposure, it takes donations, and it takes everyone in the community working together. We really would like to eradicate sexual violence. What we want to do now is make sure people are aware and that people know there are resources, that if something like this happens to you, we are here and we are available.
Thank you both for coming for Let's Talk today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all for tuning into today's episode of Let's Talk. We hope you found the discussion valuable and thought-provoking. To stay in the loop about our next episode, don't forget to follow us on our social media. We deeply appreciate your feedback, so please leave your comments and suggestions down below. Let's continue the conversation and work towards positive change together. Thank you. And until next time, I'm Raven Dixon. Let's keep talking. Bye.